With the 2025-2026 Premier League season starting tomorrow, I will be doing my predictions for the Premier League season. Starting off, the team that I think will finish dead last in the Premier League is Burnley, and here's why. Burnley have signed some players with Premier League experience, for example, Kyle Walker and former Manchester United goalkeeper Martin Dubravka, plus a plethora of other signings as seen in this image. Pause if you'd like to see them all. But I think that it's not enough, and they will go down back to the Championship, and the pattern of newly promoted Premier League teams getting relegated will continue. For my 19th place prediction in the next Premier League season, I have Sunderland to go down, another newly promoted Premier League team. Like Burnley, they signed players with a lot of Premier League experience, the most well-known one being Granit Xhaka, the former Arsenal midfielder, and a plethora of other players seen here in this picture. But I feel like it is not enough for Sunderland to stay up this season. The final team that I think will get relegated is Brentford. They lost their best player, Bryan Mbeumo, to Manchester United. They're very likely going to lose their second best player to Newcastle United. Their marquee signing was Liverpool goalkeeper Kelleher. And I feel like it will not be enough for Brentford to stay up. The team that I predict to finish 17th in the Premier League season is Wolverhampton Wanderers. Wolves lost their best player, Cunha, to Manchester United. They've signed players, but not too many Premier League quality players, and I believe they won't get relegated, but they will barely survive in the Premier League. The team that I think will finish 16th place in the Premier League next season is Leeds United. They've made a lot of great signings for a newly promoted club, and they didn't lose too many of their star players. The team that I think will finish 15th place in the Premier League will be Everton. The team I think that will finish 14th place in the Premier League is Fulham. Fulham haven't really lost any important players, but they've also only made one signing, and that's former Atletico Madrid goalkeeper Benjamin Lecomte. The team that I think will finish 13th in the Premier League is AFC Bournemouth. The reason I think they will finish 13th is because they lost a lot of key players, mainly in the defense, losing almost their entire defense besides right back. The team that I think will finish 12th place in the Premier League this season is Crystal Palace. They recently won the FA Cup and the Community Shield, beating last year's champions in the final to win it. I think the Eagles will have a great season and finish mid-table. The team that I think will finish 11th place in the Premier League is Brighton. They signed a lot of young prospects, but they also lost a lot of pretty decent players. But overall, I think the Seagulls will have a great season and finish 11th place. The team that I think will finish 10th place is West Ham United. They had a really good Premier League Summer Series campaign, losing only one game, and that was to champions Manchester United. They signed a lot of good players and only lost one good player in Mohamed Kudus. The team that I think will finish 9th place in the Premier League this season is Nottingham Forest. Nottingham Forest have only made 4 signings, but some underrated signings at that. But they have lost a lot of players, including Elanga to Newcastle. The team that I think will finish 8th place in the Premier League is Manchester United. Manchester United have made some great signings and haven't really lost any marquee players. The team that I think will finish 7th place in the Premier League next year is Tottenham Hotspurs. They have a new Premier League experienced manager. They've made a lot of good signings. They haven't lost anybody too special besides Son. and they showed they can compete with the best teams in the world. The team that I think will finish 6th place in the Premier League next season is Newcastle United. They've made some good signings and haven't really lost any good players. And with them potentially getting Visa and Nicholas Jackson, Newcastle will definitely be a team to watch out for in the next season. The team that I think will finish 5th place in the Premier League next season is Aston Villa. They haven't made too many signings, but they haven't lost that many important players. And with Emiliano Martinez looking likely to stay at the club, Aston Villa will definitely be a team in the top half of the table this season. The first team in my Premier League top 4 is Chelsea Football Club. Chelsea have signed a lot of great players and have offloaded a lot of deadwood. The team that will finish 3rd place in the Premier League this year will be Arsenal. They've signed a lot of good players, including Victor Gyökeres, and they've got rid of players that would probably never play for them in the season. The team that I think will be 2nd place in the Premier League next year or this season will be Manchester City. They've signed a lot of good players, plus the squad they already have, and haven't lost any players that were going to break into their starting 11. But this will be their first season without their greatest player of all time, Kevin De Bruyne. The team that I think will win the Premier League next year is Liverpool Football Club, going back-to-back. They made a lot of great signings, including Florian Wirtz, who's one of the best players in the world. They did lose a lot of good players though, like Luis Diaz and Trent Alexander-Arnold. And with them possibly getting Alexander Isak, who is one of the best strikers in the world, I can definitely say Liverpool can go back-to-back in the Premier League next year. Thank you all for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll come back at the end of the season to see what I got right and what I got wrong. Goodbye.